A noun is the name of anything, like a person, place, animal, or thing. Anything in this world that can have a name or can be given a noun. Boy, girl, chair, city, etc. are examples of nouns. To make matters very simple, let us classify nouns into just two categories. We can either count a noun or we cannot count it. So, let me call them countable nouns or non-countable nouns. I can count a noun. In language, I have two words to express them. It is either one in number or more than one in number. So, to express a noun that is one in number, I call it singular. And to express a noun which is more than one in number, I call it plural. Singular, plural. There are various ways of making plurals from singular in English language. First one is by adding s. So, boy becomes boys. By adding es. So, box changes to boxes. If a noun ends in y, I remove the y and add ies. So, baby changes to babies. Shelf. A noun which ends in an f. The f is removed and we add ves. So, shelves. By changing the internal vowel sound, so tooth changes to teeth. Foot, feet, mouse, mice. Some words undergo a change like child, children. Then there are lots of words in English language which have actually come from other languages and have retained their original form. For example, I have a word like, say, criterion. It changes to criteria. How does it affect me? I say criterion is, but I say criteria are. Phenomenon, phenomena. Crisis, crisis. So, the point is that it's very important to learn these nouns because it's very easy to get confused between the singular and plural forms. Now, let us look at some other categories of countable nouns. The first one is the common noun. The nouns that I discussed just now are all examples of common nouns. Common noun is the name given to a class or category and it can be put into singular or plural forms. For example, table, fan, chair. When I talk about these objects, it could be anyone. It can be used in the singular or plural form. So, a common noun is the name given to a class or category. If I pick up one of these common nouns and give it a particular name, then I call it to be a proper noun. What is proper noun? Suppose I say, there is a boy outside the door and his name is Rohan. So, the word boy is a common noun. It can mean any boy. It doesn't tell me specifically which boy. But the word Rohan, which is his name, is a proper noun. A proper noun is unique. That is one of its kind in the universe. Therefore, I always use it as a singular. These are the two rules connected to the usage of a proper noun. It's always used as a singular noun. And second one is that it's always written with a capital letter. So, I write India. A country. Country is common noun, but the word India, which is the name of that country, is a proper noun. Used as a singular and it is always written with a capital letter. Now, this is the rule. There are a couple of exceptions to this rule. The exceptions are, sometimes I make use of a proper noun as an object of comparison. especially if it was something of an iconic status. Suppose I say that my friend writes like Shakespeare. I can also say my friend is a Shakespeare. So, meaning to say that I am making use of the word Shakespeare as a common noun. Hence, when I make use of this exception, I can make use of the articles a and the. This is the first exception to the usage of proper noun. I can make use of the article a or the in front of the name. I can also give it a plural form. So I can say there are 5 Gandhis in my college. I mean to say that there are 5 people who follow the Gandhian principles. So these are the exceptions connected to the usage of a proper noun. The third one which I am going to take up today is the collective noun. If I take up a group of nouns which are similar and make a collection out of them, there is some similarity in that collection. So I give it a particular name. For example, I say herd of elephants. This entire phrase is referred to as the collective noun. So a herd of elephants, a hive of bees, a bunch of grapes, a grove of trees, a murder of crows, a parliament of owls, etc. are examples of collective noun. What is deceptive about it is that the last word is plural, but a collective noun is always used as a singular noun. It is used as a singular. I say a herd of elephants is coming towards us. I do not say are. So, the standard rule is that a collective noun is used as a singular noun. Now, I can also make use of the first word by itself. If I have already explained that the herd refers to a collection of elephants, in my next sentence, I can also only call it to be the herd. And there are some collective nouns that are only used as single words. For example, the word army. Look at these nouns. Army of soldiers. I normally only use the word army. Or I say a committee of members. Only committee. So, I can make use of only the first word. The standard rule is that it's used as a singular. But there is an exception to this rule as well. These are the two aspects when I make use of or I refer to a part of the collection, or, okay, let me give you an example of this first. When I talk about a part of a collection, at that time I make use of it as a plural noun. This is an exception. So I say, a band of robbers dressed in tuxedos have entered the village. When I make this sentence, what I'm actually doing is that I'm referring to individual members of the collection. I'm not referring to the collection as a whole. I can say, the committee are arriving by different trains. One committee cannot arrive by the same train. You see, they are different members of the committee. So when I refer to a part of the collection, I make use of it as a plural noun. And second exception is when I talk about a difference of opinion or dispute within the collection, then also I make use of it as plural. Let's look at this example. I say, this example will illustrate everything in fact. I say that the jury was unanimous in its decision. Now, if suppose they are not unanimous, then I will say the jury divided in their opinion. So, the same sentence illustrates that when I talk about a difference of opinion within the collection, the noun becomes plural in usage. Now, this is an exception, and we must remember that competitive examinations target exceptions. Now I come over to the next category of nouns, that is non-countable nouns or NCNs. We can't count a noun because of two reasons. Either it is impossible to count them. For example, I say gases, liquids, or I say materials. Unlikely that I sit to count them, either because of minuteness of structure or because there are too many in number. Let me call it to be, put this here. So examples of gases like oxygen, methane, etc. I say liquids like water, tea, coffee, etc. Material like wood, coal, charcoal and hair, etc. There are too many in number and the structure is too small. Along with that, the nature does not have a physical body. Examples are, now I can feel these nouns, I can even measure these nouns at times, but they do not have a physical body or concrete structure. Example, heat, cold, temperature, all human emotions like love, hatred, jealousy, envy. Branches of learning and natural phenomena, they also fall into this category. Chemistry, mathematics and natural phenomena like thunder, lightning, etc. They also are the categories on the basis of which we classify nouns into NCNs. Now let us look at some other aspects of non-countable nouns. We cannot count my nouns, but because they do have a physical body, I can put them into a measure or quantity. So this is how I can put them into a measure. I can say a cylinder of oxygen. Cylinder of oxygen. So observe that if the number is 1, I have made use of an article here, A. I can say 2 glasses of water. What have I done here? I have prefixed 2 to glasses, and because I can count a glass, I have given this word to be the plural form. I do not say 2 glass of waters. Third one, I say, suppose I say a log of wood. I say a log of wood. So I can say there are many logs of woods, or I require 5 logs of woods, bars of gold or rods of iron. So this is how I can put, up till here, I can put them into a quantity or measure. I can say a bag of sugar, I can say a lock of hair, a bucket of sand, etc. Let me come to abstract nouns now. I cannot count an abstract noun, but from the point of view of language, there are some abstract nouns that do have a plural form. For example, I say joy. Life is a combination of sorrows and joys. So, joy and sorrow are abstract nouns, but I have given them a plural form. Sorrows and joys. Threats. I can say that I took many pains in making this project, but my mother suffered much pain in her lifetime. So, now what you have to observe is that when I make use of an abstract noun in the singular form, I make use of the adjective of quantity, much pain. But if I use it as a plural, then I make use of the adjective of number. So I say many pains. That is the difference. So it's important to understand this.